Hey, welcome here. My name's Kevin. I'm the founder and CEO of Simple SEO. Thanks for joining me. I want to walk you through the 3 things that we do to help HVAC companies dominate the search results. We focus primarily on Google, and we do 3 things with an HVAC company that helps them grow and expand their reach and their visibility so that they get more calls and ultimately put more money on the bottom line. So let's jump into it. The first thing that we do is we focus on the website. Now, if you think about the client journey, you have a user, they're searching something, right? They're going to search for your service. So whether it's a heating repair, furnace repair, HVAC repair, often is a common search, or AC repair, something along those lines. They search. The fact that they're using something called a browser means that they're going to be served something on that browser. And your brand representation online is extremely important. Now, if you only have a couple social profiles or a Google business profile, then you're not going to have the same authority and the same representation that one of your competitors would have, for instance. So we focus on the website. That's the core of where they're going to find the information about your business. And so that's where we prioritize. Now, our websites are, we use branded photos. This is really important. Now, when you're trying to set up your brand and helping somebody recognize who you are, it's easier when they can see you. And if they're looking online, it's not like they're standing there talking to you, or you're handing them a business card, or they're coming to your workplace and just seeing your team. So your website is your brand representation online, and it's really important to portray that and make your messaging clear for people who are going to land on the site. And so branded photos are key for that. It's also something that Google is preferring. Now, when they're rendering photos online, they can pull labels out of the photos and they can refer those to an entity. And so when you're using branded photos, those photos will start to rank for the terms that you are ranking for as well. And so there's an SEO opportunity there as well. So it not only provides a way better user experience, and it builds a significant higher trust factor on the website, because then people can see who they're going to be working with and the kind of work that gets done, how you're dressed. All kinds of those things they play into people's decision making, right? So we use branded photos all the time. And then also you don't run into the licensing issues. So when we do photography with a customer, we have all the licensing for that. And so we're not using stock photos that somebody's going to come back and go, hey, I took that photo, I posted it on Unsplash or Pexels or whatever some stock photography site is a long time ago, and I've just changed and now I'm no longer on there. You owe me the rights. You owe me compensation for the rights to that photo. And now some of them give you licensing, some of them don't, but that's a whole other matter. We focus on branded photos to get rid of all of those obstacles and make sure that your brand pops and stands out and is original. So the other thing that we do is we write original content. Now, you might go, yeah, but Kevin, I can't write. I'm practicing to be a doctor. You might go, Kevin, we just let the AI write it. It's like, well, you can do that. I mean, I've seen some stuff rank, but for the most part, it ranks and then it tanks. And that's going to be, I think we'll be seeing a lot more of that pattern coming up. But we write original sales-focused content. So how do we do that? We understand your brand, your business. We'll come in and figure out, okay, these are the services. This is the person who's buying these services. This is your best person to write to. Now, what incentivizes that person? What draws that person in? We create your ideal avatar with you, work through all that with you, and then the copy on the website is crafted specifically for that person. Now, you'll get other people coming in, but your main customer is the one that's going to be the most profitable, the one that's going to come back to you, refer you to other people, right? They're going to be your brand advocate for their community. And so that's the person that we want to write to and engage with. And that's how you're going to get more calls, more sales, because all of this will compound. It's not like one thing is going to do all the legwork. It all compounds together. So we do original content that is sales focused. Part of that is we direct the user with specific calls to action. What action do you want them to take on the website? Do you want them to click a button? You can prompt them in the content, click this button. Like, you can be super clear. That's really, really important. So website. Now, our websites are well structured. There's a proper way to structure a website, and a lot of people get this wrong. Google specifically has written patents about this on structural hierarchy for pages. And so we follow that guideline based on their patent writing, and it has worked phenomenal. We get amazing results with clients with this. So we do proper website structure. They're sales focused. They're well coded. Now, one of the things that we run into, we get clients coming to us, or we do a second opinion audit, right? And the client goes, hey, my website's not ranking. Or, hey, an agency will contact us and go, hey, I've been working with this customer for a year and they're not showing up anywhere. They've had issues since we started working with them. One of my first questions is, did you rebuild the website? And it's usually yes. The answer is usually yes. But when they rebuilt it, they did not build it properly. And that is the biggest issue. So when we focus on websites and we rebuild them with proper code. Now, we use WordPress. We use a preferred page builder. But why do we do that? Because of the way that you can write content with it, the way that you can code a website with it. Now, we can hand code a website for sure, but it just makes the job faster and more scalable, and then it gives a better experience for the end user. So there's lots of different ways to do it. We've chosen this way because we can make incredible websites and it's a better end user experience for you guys. So that's why we do that. But we focus on a branded homepage, service pages, service area pages, about page, contact page. These are the main pages that we're going to be looking at on the website, and the ones that we're going to be writing that sales-focused copy on, the original content. The other pages, they get original content, but the primary focus is on the selling pages, which are the service pages, the service area pages that we put in. The About Us page is very underutilized, and the contact page is also underutilized. And so we leverage those to establish the authority for your brand, and then from there we can just build out. So website is the first one. And then so I'll put proper structure on here, because proper structure becomes a really big deal so that Google can actually crawl it and understand the content. Proper structure. That looks terrible. Anyways, so we'll do this. Now, the second thing we do once we launch this website, our experience with our website launches is within 30 days, a customer has increased calls, their rankings are going up. That's traditionally the response that we've gotten. But then we focus on the Google Business Profile, and we work with these in partnership. So we do the website. The website is the core of your business online. That's it. That's the foundation, and you own it. That's another key point with us is we build a website and you own the website. We use plugins, we provide licensing for those while you're with us, and then if you want to leave, you can get your own licensing and that's fine. But while you're with us, we provide all the licensing for it, but you own that website. You can take that and you can leave with it. You own the copy, you own the content, you own the website. And that's a pretty significant difference between the way that we do things and a lot of other larger agencies. So websites. Now, GBP, we focus on one location primarily. So when you come on with us, you might go, hey, I have three locations or 10 locations, or hey, I got 300 locations. We're going to build the website if we need to. We'll assess whether we need to rebuild it. And if we feel we need to, then we're going to do that. And the next up is with the GBP, where your main location is, that's where we're going to focus the priority. Now, if you're a smaller business and you got one location, that's perfect. If you come in and you have multiple locations, we're going to tell you pick one. We're going to focus on one initially, and then we set that up, and then from there we can start working out. Now, the way that we connect that Google Business Profile to the website is really important because we associate it with specific pages on the website, and so that's what ranks in those areas, is the pages for the website that are specifically written for that area, and then the Google Business Profile. So when this end user is searching, they're going to find your GBP, and they're also going to find your website. Now, they'll find your other social profiles as well if they search your brand, but primarily they're going to find the Google Business Profile. So the website supports the GBP, and this is a key point, is a lot of people will go, oh, well, you don't need a website, or you can just use a social page. Well, that's against Google's guidelines, using a social profile or a social page like Facebook. But if you just have a GBP, your options for expanding your reach are significantly less. You can't build the authority that you need to really rank that. So with a GBP, we get those set up, we optimize them. I'm a product expert, a Google Business product expert, and we work with other product experts. So we make sure that everything is set up properly according to the guidelines so that it doesn't get suspended. And in case of a suspension, then we can help you get it back out or back reinstated. So then we go to the GBP. Once you have a GBP set up and it's optimized, we optimize that. And you might say, Kevin, what is optimization? Well, it's following the guidelines, it's filling it out, and there's only 5 different things on a Google Business Profile that really affect the ranking of it directly. So we work through those 5 things, and then we create other supporting things external to the GBP that help present it to Google in a meaningful way. So it's a more authoritative listing because we're backing it up with additional efforts outside of it. And none of these go against Google's guidelines. So that's another thing to be aware of. So we're not going to penalize your listing by doing some shady stuff outside of it. So we optimize it. We target an initial 3 to 4 mile radius. Now, a lot of guys will come in and they go, I need bigger than that, especially in the HVAC industry. So, and we go, yes, you do need bigger than that. But we focus on this first. So once we get that established and you're dominating your 3 to 4 mile radius, then we start moving it out. So that's how we start supporting it with the website. We can add more service areas on the Google Business Profile, build out more service area pages on the website, connect those, build external resources or assets outside of the website and the GBP that help support that information. We can run press releases, we can do link building for that. And what that does is you own that 3 to 4 mile radius, and then the authority from that is used to start expanding it. Now, as we expand, most HVAC companies that I've worked with can get around 7 to 8 miles. I'm going to say max on a listing. And I say that I'm going to put a pin there and say, I have other listings in similar industries and the HVAC industry that dominate significantly larger areas than that. So it is possible. It depends on the competition. I've run into an issue in, say, Queens, New York, where the population density is so high and the competition is so high that even if you get a 2 mile radius, you're busy. You're very, very busy. So it has to do with the market stuff, and we will get into that. And those are discussions that we'll have later on, right? But most of the time, this is what I see. So as you reach out and you go, okay, how do I get outside of that? And that's where step 3 comes in, where you own a specific area. And then step 3 or phase 3 is expansion. And that's where we're going to start encouraging you to open up additional Google Business Profiles. So you want, we're going to open new GBPs. And these are legitimate LLCs. We're not just going to open up some PO box or something that goes against Google's guidelines. The way that we work is we make it legit so that you can actually maintain it, and you're not just going to get slammed by some update or by AI spam that just happens to catch it. So we open new GBPs, and then we connect those with this GBP and the website so that they're all relating to each other. And then with these, I didn't mention this before, but with the website, once we get the website built and we've got a GBP working, as well. In between that, we're also establishing directories and citations, social profiles, and a press release. That's one of the biggest things that we do here. So we work with directories and citations, we work with social profiles, we build out your foundation of your business, your branding, and then we run a PR. And the PR is generally PR for the website launch. So hey, we redid a website, or we built a new website, check it out. Or hey, we're providing these new services in these areas, check it out. Those are the kinds of press releases that we often do. And those help establish the GBP in a certain region. And then also when you're expanding it, they also help build that relevance so that when Google looks at that and goes, are these guys legit, or are they actually operating here? Now there's a press release on news sites, on authoritative releases or publications that say, hey, this is the business who does this work and operates in this area. So there's a lot of technical stuff that goes into building the website and optimizing it, like schema markup, interlinking, how we associate or how we relate the pages with each other using contextual anchor text. And then we work through that. So that's how we set up. It's pretty simple. You might go, Kevin, this isn't complicated. It's very simple. Yeah, so we like to keep things simple, which is why we're Simple SEO. And we like to keep things just at the basics. One of the things that gets skipped over the most is the fundamentals of optimizing for your brand online. And so Google's pushing more and more of this. They have a lot more automation in place, a lot more AI that catches spam. And you might not have spam, but you could fall into that filter. So we try to avoid all that stuff, and we try to do it properly. And the results that we've had have been phenomenal. Now, we've worked with a number of different agencies specifically. We've contracted to agencies and gone in and built out their processes internally so that they have a similar process to this. They may use different tooling and they may get different results, but since we've primarily worked with agencies, now we're opening it up to work with businesses more directly. And so if this is an opportunity that interests you, then please schedule a call, okay? Because we can have a conversation about what you need and how we can get you there, what your goals are, what the obstacles are. And then one other thing that you need to understand is what's the cost of not doing this, right? So if you're in a position with your business and you're kind of waffling or you're not sure about your marketing company, what's the risk of not taking action? And does it outweigh the risk of taking action with a trusted, proven system? So I will leave it there. If this interests you, let's schedule a call and hope we chat soon. Thanks.